that. $129.95, a $50 savings on that. But we're gonna kick off this second hour with Chef Curtis Stone with something that has become one of the best sellers in his line, which is what you're looking at right there. DuraPan nonstick double burner grill pan. So this is your grill pan, but it crosses 2 burners, which means now you have all of that surface space you're gonna be able to use. One day only, half price sale, $29.95. 5 flex payments. I'm not sure I've seen us do this. 5 flex payments of $5.99. Did you know they were doing that?
What's
this
that?
is less than $6 to get home.
That's crazy.
This is a crazy flex payment on this one, less
$6?
than $6. We have it in 2 colors. We have it in the turquoise you're seeing right there, and we also have it in the red. This is the bottom part of it.
What happened to the black? Did the black sell out?
I think the black is sold out.
Oh, the black's gone. Okay.
And there you're seeing that DuraPan right here, well over, I think it's 1.5 million DuraPans sold right here at HSN. And why do people love this double burner so much? Because I know we aired this one time today, and half of our quantity was gone. So we have, in fact, we have the final 2,600 available right now.
Here's the deal. It is nice and hot right now, okay? The summer has finally come, but hey, how long is it going to be around for? And is it too hot sometimes to go outside? Does the bugs bite occasionally? You know, everything can go wrong with the weather, and sometimes it does. This allows you to keep that incredible grilled flavor. I mean, look at the grill marks that you're getting on your burgers here. And it's 100% non-stick. Frankly, sometimes there's things that you want to cook on the grill outside that you can't. Maybe it's asparagus, maybe it's shrimp. You know the stuff that falls through the grill grates? This doesn't have anything to fall through. And it's the perfect DuraPan non-stick. So again, it's going to work so beautifully. Now, over here, I just want to give you a quick little reminder. I know we're getting really limited on the quantity. We have ribeyes, we have New York strips, we have fillets, and we have sirloins wrapped in bacon. We have that available still for you guys. Go check it out at hsn.com. It's all 100% grass-fed, very healthy, delicious steak. Here's the best part. I've put these big handles in here so you can see, even though this is super hot, I can move that around, even though that is still cooking. We've also put plenty of space, so if I want to get a towel in there, it's very easy to. A dishcloth, no problem. You can pick that up and move it around, and it's really very, very simple to do so. So let's get these steaks off, because what I want to show you, and I'm going to cut a couple of these to show you the quality of this beautiful beef. You know, but I also want to show you the cleanup on the grill, all right? So have a look at what a mess that's made. Of course it did. We just cooked 6 steaks, right? Watch this.
No
I'm just going
problem.
to wipe straight on through. See how it just lifts right off? Anything that was cooking on there, anything that was burning on, I give it a little rub, and I've got a perfectly clean grill in literally 4 or 5 wipes. Then you're ready to go and start cooking your next thing. So I'm going to put some blackened fish.
Okay.
You'll notice...
No oil.
No, you don't need it. You know, if you want to put a little oil, by all means. But I'm even throwing my vegetables on without any oil. You know, you can throw peppers and zucchinis and all of this stuff straight onto the grill. Corn is another beautiful one that you'll get gorgeous color on. So, you know, you'll be cooking far more healthy by making this choice. I mean, look at these cheeseburgers, Alice. Let's turn a couple of them over. Have you ever seen anyone do this?
You're going to put the cheese right on the...
Straight on the grill.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
well, let's see what happens.
Try that on a traditional grill. Not going to happen.
That would be pretty stuck on. You know, I kind of really love that crispy cheese that falls down. Now, normally that gets stuck, right? But with the Dura Grill, let's just go ahead and do them all. Why not? Let's get crazy. if you're tuning in, I'm doing this, you guys, not because I've lost it. I'm doing this because I want you to see the quality of the non-stick. Okay, now another incredible thing here, and you guys, we are what are we talking about? We've only got a couple of thousand of these left.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So let me give you a quick update. Over 3,100 ordered. We have the final 2,400 now to go around. Which color is going to sell out first? Turquoise is going to go first. So again, use express ordering to try and get through. 5 flex payments, $5.99. Ooh, who do you know?
That's crazy.
That's a nice flex payment.
That's a crazy
But
price.
this is a great pan. This is that pan that you're going to go to, whether you're grilling. You know, we wait all year for grill season to
Right.
use the Barbie. Did I
Yep,
say that right?
straight on the Barbie.
Right, that Australian stuff. But then it's too hot to go outside. It's too
Right.
many bugs. I call it bugs, sweat, and tears because it never turns out like you wanted to. This is going to be your indoor grill that
Right.
you're able to get the grill to work for
Look at that
perfection.
cheeseburger.
That's
See how
crazy.
I'm lifting that off, Rochelle? Would you move that over just a little, please, Del, so I don't burn myself? Thank you, sweetheart. That is spicy.
What
with
is on that?
Beautiful spice in that
I smell
chicken,
that
in
spice too.
fish.
Woo.
Have a look at this. The cheese is lifting right up off my grill. I kind of love that crispy cheese, so maybe we're going to start a new trend.
Look at that.
Have a look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Crispy, delicious cheese. And this is, of course, over my
look at
grass-fed
that.
beef burgers.
I want that
And then-
one.
Okay, so now, yes, the grill's a mess because there's lots of fat that's just come off it. First of all, I put a little spout in there. So if you see, can you see this right up here? See, there's a little spout. If I wanted to pour that fat, in fact, I will. Let me just make sure I don't pour it. I've got a little bucket down here. Let me just go ahead and pour. I don't know if you can see how that's pouring, but it's just pouring straight out of there, okay? Gorgeous. So that's that. But now we've got to get rid of this mess, right? So this is how you do it. You just get your cloth.
Look at that.
You go ahead. Is it dishwasher safe? Of course it is. Are you going to put it in the dishwasher? Nope. Because this just cooked 8 cheeseburgers that we flipped upside down.
That's incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. It's as close to a self-cleaning pan as you are ever going to find in the
Right.
marketplace, okay?
It's that
Close to
simple.
self-cleaning. Absolutely. Look, did you see? I wish we always do these before and afters, like with skincare. We should do a before and after with these pans. Because before, with that cheese just stuck to there, and now he's putting
Salmon, no oil, no butter,
Yep.
straight onto a hot grill.
Oh
and then
my.
what else do we want to do with that? Maybe some asparagus?
quick phone call. Holly is calling us from Oregon. Holly, welcome
Holly.
to HSN. You're on with Alice, and Chef Curtis Stone is with us.
Hi, how is everybody doing?
We're doing great,
Hey,
sweetie.
did you see those cheeseburgers? Don't they look amazing?
I did see those cheeseburgers. So I've had the black grill pan for a number of years.
Oh, yes.
And I live in a facility where a lot of disabled people live.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of them can't go home for the holidays, so I made a ham and I baked it. And I used a very sugary glaze, and normally I would have had to throw out the pan. But
Right.
it just lifted right out.
Did it really?
So,
Normally you would have had to kind of donate the pan, if
Right,
so
donate
to
it,
speak,
yeah.
right?
Well,
yeah,
nobody
I would
would
have
want
had
the
to
donation.
donate
That's
the
the
pan
problem.
to the garbage.
And you know what's so crazy? I get so many emails from people with similar stories, Holly, saying, you know, I burnt the rice, I burnt the potatoes, and I thought the pan's destroyed. Then I wiped it on out, and out she came. So I hate to say this, but if you're a terrible cook, this is a great pan for you. It's just, you know, Holly,
Well,
even I burn stuff.
I can't claim to be a terrible cook. It actually turned out really well. It just,
Well, good.
because it was very sugary as a glaze, it just baked itself to the bottom of the
Just
pan.
stuck, yeah. That's amazing.
That's a great story,
really
Holly.
is.
I love it. Well, number one, just, you know, we're so glad that you're happy with it. We're glad that you shared your testimonial. And,
And I only have one request.
Yes, my love.
I know when you do you have some pots that have the colander in the lid.
Yes.
I just need one that actually screws to the lid so that when I'm using both hands on the pot, I don't have to hold on to the lid.
right,
Oh,
so
that's
it
a good
almost like
idea.
clips on. That,
Clips
again,
on.
we get our best
okay.
ideas from you guys. So,
Very
Holly,
good
what
idea.
a great idea.
Very good idea.
And you know what? Our buyer is listening
That's
right
fine.
now, so it's a great idea.
Which makes
though.
my life
But
easier
it
because then I
makes-
say,
yeah.
I've got an idea. I spoke to one of my customers.
He's totally stealing
good.
that.
Yeah, no, you sure are.
What a wonderful
Thank you,
idea.
Holly.
I like that too. Holly,
Well,
thank you.
It's just very difficult when
Yeah.
you're in the chair to balance and hold a heavy pot that has like boiling water in it.
Yeah.
Good point. Really
That's a
good
great
point.
Fabulous. Thank you, Holly,
Thank you,
for
Holly.
the inspiration as well as the testimonial. So good ideas coming from you guys. You saw, again, whether it's chicken breast, the veggies come right off. They're perfectly cooked, okay? But you get this pan home now at $29.95, which is the lowest, I thought so. It is the lowest price we've ever brought you on this pan. It is I'm telling you,
crazy
half
price
deal.
You know what? I'm frankly surprised that we have any left. Because we've had this on for, what have we had on for? 10 minutes? We've sold 3,600 of these already. We only have 1,700 of them, well, less with everyone on the whole, maybe 1,500 to go around. So if you want it, give us a ring. We've still got the red and the blue, the Maud blue, I call it. I'm not sure what the proper name for it is. Is it teal? Turquoise.
Blue.
See, without my wife, I'm hopeless with colours because she keeps me on track. She's like, no, babe, that's not turquoise. That's not turquoise at all. I'm like, okay, sorry. But look, have a look at the salmon. You saw me put this salmon on skin side down.
Right.
I love crispy skin salmon. So if you like it too, then this is the pan for you because have a look at how beautiful this is. And you also should notice, see how each one is done exactly the same? That's because we've made this out of aluminum. In fact, I've got a little animation that I'd love to show you guys because once you understand how I build the product, then you'll know why it works so well. Okay, so we start off with aluminum. Why is it that beautiful aluminum? Because it's such a great heat conductor. So even on a smaller vent, it's still going to cook so beautifully. Then we go ahead and we put the 5 layers of Durapan on it, which makes it just so strong, so effortless to cook on. And then, of course, the stainless steel handles. Oh my goodness, look at this beautiful grilled fruit. Oh, wow. I've thrown a little sugar on that. Sorry,
yes,
I've gotten totally distracted. I was still going through the animation.
We have grilled sugar fruit in front of us.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Look at how beautiful.
I mean, look at these peaches and this pineapple. And that was on for just a minute. And I love that sort of aggressive caramelization on fruit like that. Doesn't that look good, Rochelle? In fact, if you wanted to use this as a piece of cookware and not a grill pan, guess what? You absolutely can. Rochelle, do we have some sugar and some cream? Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. I want to show you this because...
Meantime, this sugar is totally burning on here to the point where it's like charcoal.
That's right. Don't worry. We're going to throw more on and we're going to burn that too. So here's what I want to do. I want to turn that sugar into a liquid, right? That liquid is then going to turn golden brown, and that, look how fast that's happening. Wow.
Goodness, I know.
See that sugar? Now, this would stick to anything, okay? Pastry chefs have been making caramel in copper pans for years for good reason, because it normally sticks and it turns into a total mess. So I'm just going to move that around a little.
Isn't that amazing?
So we're turning that into a caramel, and look at how nothing is sticking. Right, see how it's all just running away? It's really, I could stand here and watch it all day, to be honest with you.
It's almost like a science trick, right?
Okay, so now if you want to turn this into a beautiful caramel sauce, all you need to do is add a little cream. It'll come to the boil pretty much instantly.
Oh, wow.
You get these beautiful little pieces of crystallization. Have a look at that. So we've now created an incredible caramel sauce. I'm just going to pick it up and swirl it around, and then you pour that straight over your fruit.
Oh,
right?
Stop it.
Gorgeous.
Rochelle, he's freestyling now, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. So, look, this is a super hot pan, okay? Guess what? I can just drop it there on my trivet. It's not going to burn the trivet. Even though it's bubbling away, it's not going to create any damage to my countertop because we've got it on that gorgeous trivet.
That is insane. I have a treat for you. This is your crispy cheese from earlier. Look at you. Okay, and we're gonna go out to the phones. Heidi is calling from Ohio.
Thank you.
Heidi, welcome to HSN.
Thank you.
Hi,
I
Heidi.
love this pan. I bought it probably a year ago, and I really enjoy it.
What do you like about it, my love?
I like the convenience. I have made burgers, steaks, chicken, fish, vegetables, everything.
Yeah.
It does everything you are showing on television, and the cleanup is so convenient. And you can have dinner ready in just a few minutes. I've even put potatoes on it.
Well, that's a nice
and
idea.
fixed onions with it and some green pepper, and you can have dinner ready in a matter of minutes.
You sure can. That's the thing. I'm so glad that you are having the same experience that we are, Heidi, because I tell you what, when you get this pan home and you're able to cook dinner fast, and you know, I'm sure a lot of people have families like I do, and you've got a group of people that you're trying to cook for quickly. Like, I'm grabbing that by the fistful. Broccolini, throw it on, because that's how you cook when you're home and your kids are hungry. You got to get it ready. You know, you have no choice.
and I bought 2 more so that I can put them away and give them as Christmas gifts.
Oh, great
Wow.
idea.
This is a perfect
Clever.
gift. It's priced correctly, and people will appreciate a gift like this.
They
Yes.
sure will. You're
Yes.
a clever girl, Heidi. You're a smart lady because you've gone ahead. You've got yourself organised. And at this price, what is it? $29.95.
I know.
Can't beat it.
It's a crazy price.
Fabulous. Heidi, thank you so much for shopping
Yeah,
with
thanks
us.
for-
Our
thanks for
best to
giving us a
you. And the holidays are going to be here that fast, you know it?
Yeah.
It is going to be here. Get
Right.
this at our lowest price that we have ever been able to bring you before. And I'm giving you a heads up, guys. We expect every single one of these to sell out. The turquoise has now completely sold out. We are down
Okay.
to the red.
Yep.
So try and get the red if you can.
we only have a few
$29.95.
hundred of those.
We're going to go back to the phones. Donna
Wow.
calling in
Okay.
from Florida.
Rochelle, what do you got in the oven?
Yeah.
Because it goes straight into the oven.
Say hi to Donna.
How are you?
Yes, fine, thank you.
Good.
How are
Nice.
you?
Very well, my darling. Thank you very much. We're enjoying ourselves. We're cooking some beautiful food. What's not to love, Donna?
I have just ordered 2 of the grill pans,
Oh, my goodness.
and I've ordered your starter pans. I've got a large family, and it's so great for wedding gifts,
Oh,
shower
yeah.
gifts for beginning people that are married, and I just love your pans. I gave all my others away. That's all I have, is your pans.
Right.
Thank you, darling. Why do you love them so much? Explain it to us. Because if someone's just tuning in and they know nothing about the DuraPan, why don't you tell them your experience?
I don't use high heat with mine. I use medium heat, and nothing ever burns or gets overcooked or dried. They're just wonderful. When it's done, they just wipe clean with just I take a damp paper towel and just go right over the inside of them, whether it's spaghetti sauce or whatever I'm cooking.
You're so right. You know, it's a really good point because I do cook at a ferocious heat. And a part of that is because we're here on TV and I want to make it exciting for everyone. I want them to see lots of stuff. But of course at home I cook on a slightly lighter heat as well, where it's a bit more manageable and you don't have to race around. You know, we get our sweat on in here, Donna. But, you know, I think that you bring up a really good point. This cooks amazingly at a low heat, a medium heat, and a high heat. And, in fact, you can even bake, Donna, I don't know, come with me, sweetie. I want to see whether you've ever done anything like this. Rochelle has an incredible recipe for cornbread, and I'm not sure if you've ever got the opportunity to try baking in it, but have a look at this cornbread. I'm going to turn it out
That's amazing.
and wait until you see it.
Wow.
Look at that.
Okay.
Oh.
No, I've never.
Can you
Oh,
see the
wow.
crust on the bottom of that cornbread? Perfectly even. And a part of that, of course, is the DuraPan. And then, you know, of course, when you want to cut it, we've got a pizza cutter for you that we also use. But, you know, you can bake, you can cook slowly in this grill pan. And, of course, you can do exactly what everybody's doing, which is grilling hard.
Hey, Donna, thank you so much. I bet you hadn't even thought about baking in this, huh?
No, I never have, and I'm sure going to try it.
Great idea.
You're going to love it.
Thank
Donna,
you so
thanks
much,
for your
Donna.
call, darling. We really appreciate it.
Fantastic.
Thank you, and I think all the newlyweds in my family are thanking you too. So they love the pans.
Well, you
So
wish them
glad
all the
to hear
best from
that.
us.
That's fabulous. Thank you so much, Donna. Listen, we are down to the final quantities now in the red, so take advantage of it at $29.95, our very best value ever.
So, Darren, where in the world are we?
We're in a lovely place called Hay Valley, actually, near Nairn in the Adelaide Hills, South Australia.
So these guys are Aberdeen Angus,
Yes, Angus.
and they're all grass-fed.
They are. I'm a big fan of grass-fed cattle. In this Mediterranean climate, we get these beautiful grasses that are high in protein, and that's what's really the secret ingredient in keeping these cattle on that constant growth curve. It's the highest epitome of Angus grass-fed beef. And it's, you know, pure by name, pure by nature. Obviously, when you look at this environment with these sorts of pastures, these cattle don't need anything else extra to grow than the grass. So it's antibiotic-free and, of course, no hormones. It's no wonder it eats so well.
And you know what would be perfect on that double burner grill that we were just offering you is the steaks that Chef Curtis Stone brings us. These are straight from Australia. No hormones, no antibiotics, grass-fed. What does that mean? It means they taste differently. We're gonna give you a set of six individually packed steaks. Look at the size of them. They are 10 ounces each. The thickness of them is perfect, but it's all about, and anyone who knows steaks knows, it's all about the marbling effect that you get, and that's why Chef Curtis Stones brings these to us all the way from Australia, because it is such perfection when it comes to the quality of a steak. $99.95 is our birthday price. Again, all our birthday price ends in a couple of days. We're gonna ship these to you, free shipping and handling. And we do have auto ship available. If you do the auto ship, we're gonna guarantee that free shipping and handling and the price going forward. Why do you bring your steaks all the way from Australia?
Okay, well, first of all, I'm a butcher by trade. I started my career as a butcher. Then I started cooking, and then after cooking for a long time, I've gone back to being a butcher shop owner. So I opened a butcher shop in California about 2 years ago. I decided the butcher shop was going to be dedicated to good animal husbandry. We wanted to make sure that animals were being treated right. And we also wanted to make sure that we were bringing the finest quality meats to our customers. So that sent me on a journey, going around and meeting farmers from all over the place. Darren Thomas, who you just saw in that little video, became a friend of mine. And, you know, he has the Thomas Family Farms in Australia, is the largest family-owned farm in Australia. These guys create beautiful, beautiful steak. You know, so it's grass-fed. Why is that important? Well, it's a healthy choice. It means that, you know, you're eating something that's been raised naturally, no added hormones. That's very important to me. The beef industry has a lot of added hormones in it. I don't believe in that. I think that we should eat naturally produced food. No antibiotics, no nonsense, basically, right? So it's a healthy choice. But the most important thing, of course, to a chef is the taste. Grass-fed beef, it's not hugely different in flavour to grain-fed beef, but it is superior in my mind. I think it's got a real minerality to it, a really interesting taste, and really just so fantastic. So I'm cooking some over here, and I'm just going to give them a couple of minutes on either side. I'll turn them once or twice. But let me cut a piece for you, Alice, because we've just taken these ones off the grill and had it rest. The ribeye is a special cut of meat. There's two muscles, the spinalis, which is that rib cap, and then, of course, the eye of the rib right there in the middle. I'm going to cut right through it so you get to see beautifully cooked, perfectly medium rare. Let me cut you a slice. Okay, now it's a muscle. Like I said, it's a steak made of two muscles. Mm-hmm. I think that the center cut there, I'll cut it in a couple of pieces for you.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. It's so good.
It's so tender. You almost don't need to chew it.
Isn't it?
I've never tasted ribeyes this tender.
It's so good because, you know, look, one of the benefits that you have when you're importing beef like this is you've got to get it here, okay? Now, that sounds like a problem when you first think about it. But what we do is we wet age this beef as it comes across. So it comes across, it takes 4 weeks for it to arrive. When it arrives here in the US, it just got 4 to 6 weeks of wet aging. That wet aging is so important for the succulence and also that tenderness. That tenderness starts to sort of really, really come into its own once you've aged that beef for a little while. And oh, wow. It is so good.
I've tasted these the last few days. We actually launched this together. I've never tasted a ribeye like this, and I'm including restaurants. I haven't been to your restaurant, but I'm just saying.
Sure.
This ribeye, the flavor of it is so incredible. There's no marinade on this meat. There's no marinade on this meat. It has such flavor.
Right. That's just so good.
That's what the ingredients are all about. You know, especially when you do something like a steak, especially when you're treating yourself to what many consider to be one of...
Alice, just look at the juiciness of it.
You want that steak to be incredible.
I don't know if we can get a nice close-up, but that juicy, beautiful steak.
Right there.
I mean, it's just so good.
If your mouth isn't watering, you're not watching TV, okay? Because that is incredible.
The flavor, and I really wish that everybody could taste it right now, but...
Okay, I'm sorry.
The flavor is so
good. Here. Oh, my God.
Let me just come back over here. Rochelle, would you watch those steaks on the grill for me, please, my dear? Let me show you something. When I talk about ribeyes having two muscles, this is what I mean. There is, you can see the eye, right? The eye, and then the cap, right? The spinalis and the longimus, if you want to talk in the Latin names. So what we're looking at here are these little specks of fat. Those little specks of white, that's what we call marbling. Normally, people started feeding cattle grain because they wanted more of that marbling through the beef. But what you can achieve if you're choosing the right grass-fed beef from beautiful, rich pasture is ones that get lots of nutrition. You can see that in the marbling here. It's a beautiful, high-rising plane of nutrition. So these cattle are really grazing on the very best grasses from the very cleanest, most beautiful environments. And here it is. You know, the flavor speaks for itself. It's got a real minerality to it, this beef. I tell you, it's just so delicious.
It is so delicious. It is so tender. Look at the thickness of the cut. That is a good inch, maybe even an inch and a half to an inch and a quarter. And each one of these 10 ounces, free shipping and handling, $99.95. They are on auto ship available. Most people are getting auto ship. They are incredible.
So
okay,
good.
Incredible. I know. Oh, God.
And look how the knife just glides through.
I was literally dripping over here. They're so juicy. Hey, coming up, we have the 3-piece Dura-Bake bakeware set. We offered this yesterday. Crazy popular because we have a birthday price on that of $29.95. 3 flex payments available as well. So you get the square pan, you get the rectangular pan, and then you get the roasting pan as well, the nice deep one, and 3 flex payments of $9.98. So if you want to pre-order that, I highly recommend it. I think we are down to our final quantities now when it comes to that beautiful bakeware set. But when it comes to back to school, are yours in school now?
They are. My big one, who's turning 7 in November, Hudson, g'day mate, I know you're watching. He's starting his first grade, so he finished kinder last year, and our other little guy, Emerson, he's in preschool. So it's such a special time, and you know, packing their lunch, it's a real privilege. I know a lot of us go, oh, I gotta pack the lunches. I love it. I think, you know, it gives you an opportunity to show your kids that you care about them and pack something really special for them. So I think it's awesome.
You're gonna be able to pack it whether you're packing for back to school or whether you're just packing to go to the gym or work or on a trip. I take mine with me on my trips. It's a double insulated bottle. You know what you can spend on these crazy bottles, okay? They're silly what the prices are. $14.95 you have right here. 2 flex payments on it as well. Red and black are your choices. And the nice part about this, keeps beverages hot up to 10 hours, cold 24 hours.
Can you believe it?
That's amazing at this price.
So we actually put this coffee 13 hours ago. So according to our instructions, 10 hours, this will have gone cold. Well, let's wait and see. It's coffee that, have a look.
Oh, I can see this.
That has been in there for 13 hours.
Crazy,
Isn't that incredible? So it keeps the hot things hot. Now imagine going to work and saying, you know what, I need some soup because that's what I like to have for my little work lunch. You know, you can control what you eat. So much of our overeating or eating the wrong things comes from not being able to control it. You walk into a canteen, you see it all there, and you're like, you know what, it all looks pretty delicious. So you go ahead and you indulge. You do the wrong thing. You know, I've got this ice cold water also in here. You can see how there's no condensation. That's not going to, you know, drip. Some of them will drip. This obviously has that double wall. So, like I said before, it's exactly the same coldness of the water there. In fact, let me show it to you. I've got a thermometer here. What does that water give me a reading of? Let's have a look at this number over here. We're going to go all the way down to 40. Right, 41 in fact. What about this? We're going to go all the way down to, oh look, it's kept it even colder. 32. It's got it even, I don't know how that happened, but it's actually got it colder. Let me go back in there. This is a bit of an experiment. Oh yeah, that's still dropping. No, 37. Okay, so it's kept it colder, you know, and this still has ice in it, all right? So clearly this is absolutely working for your cold drinks to stay cold.
And this is gonna hold 17 ounces, so it's nice, it's big, it's generous. If you wanna grab a couple of these are perfect. If you have ever a thermos, right, in the grocery store?
Correct.
Buy a thermos in a grocery store. What you spend on that is ridiculous. They are ugly and they don't really work and they always leak.
Right.
They always leak.
We
These
poured
are
this
gonna
in
work.
3 hours ago, boiling water. Let's see if it's still boiling. And notice, have a look. It's still at boiling temperature, I think. Let me show you. Let me drop the thermometer in there and we'll bring that across. Let's have a little look. What's it at? It's all the way up. Yep. It's all the way up. It's at 176, still counting.
Yeah, and fine.
You know, so, and notice that I can hold that. You know, I probably can't hold that. No, I can't. That's too hot, right? But you can hold this, and you don't even feel it whether it's warm or cold.
Nothing. It absolutely feels like room temperature.
Right.
And look at it. Look at the steam coming out.
The steam's still coming out.
It's kind of weird.
You know, so the hot drinks stay hot, the cold drinks stay cold, and sometimes you want a hot one, sometimes you want a cold one. This does both.
It does both, and it's priced at $14.95. Don't miss out. Black and red are available. Grab a couple of those. You'll love having them. And we have an update for you. We have now completely sold out of the double burner grill pan. Thank you so much for your orders. I think you're gonna love that when you get it home. We have saved one of the best sellers for last, though, so hope you will come back and do a little bit of cooking with us.
Did you know you can stream both HSN and HSN2 live anytime, any place? With just the click of a button on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV, you're connected to the latest and greatest we have to offer. And with HSN2, there's always something different from what's currently airing on HSN. Head over to hsn.com or open your HSN mobile app and start watching.
I grew up always dreaming and wanting to create things.
I see something and I see that we can make it better.
One day, the light bulb just went off. Nobody has this. They're waiting for me to invent it.
Next thing you know, you're on HSN and the whole world's hearing about it.
It just sold out.
Very excited for you.
HSN celebrates the dreamers, inventors, and entrepreneurs who follow their hearts, helping American dreams come true.
Being here today proves anything is possible.
It's party time. HSN is turning 41, and you're invited to join the fun. Discover surprises you'll love, savings to celebrate, exclusive finds, and all new favorites. We're even giving away a trip a day. So come join the fun all month long. It's our birthday, your party on HSN and hsn.com. Discover the newest way to create a style all your own. The HSN Style Edit, a curated look at the season's best, most original finds for every part of your life. We decode the trends, share tips and how-tos, and give you the inspiration you need to style it your way. It's the joy of the hunt and the thrill of the find. Your unique style is here. Discover it now, exclusively at hsn.com.
We do have your three-piece Durabake wear set coming up. I will tell you we're in final quantities on that at $29.95. You don't want to miss it.
No wonder.
We're using it right now in this crazy, this may be the best deal of the weekend that
really
you're looking at.
It's crazy.
We have not just a 26-liter digital convection oven. This is a convection oven. It's a rotisserie as well. We're including everything you need. And let me tell you what, the way this cooks is different, guys. So you're getting the ability to cook in a standard way as well as an infrared way at $129.95. You're gonna be able to cook the best pizza you can imagine.
The most delicious pizzas.
And we're gonna do 5 flex payments on this, $25.99 on your credit card.
Let's get this in. This will be cooked before we're finished here, okay? You crank it all the way to 450. Now, why is convection important for a pizza? It's important because you want that heat circulating. You want it to be really hot all the time. And here, the proof is in the pudding. So, you know what? That might need another 1 minute. So let's come back to it. Pizza always needs an extra minute. Yeah. Okay, come over here because this is totally ready. Now we've switched the setting. The oven, by the way, is super easy to use. Have a look at this chicken just moving around. If you can come down and show the infrared lights, I'd really appreciate it because the infrared lights is what gives it that beautiful, crispy, crispy skin. I'll wait for you to get the camera in position. So you got to come right down low and then shoot up into the infrared lights. Here we go. Sorry, I know that I'm painful about this, but it's so important. Look at that. See that infrared light? That makes such a big difference because it makes that skin gorgeous and crisp. All right, now, let's get this out of here. I'm just going to remove my chicken on out. It comes with the drip tray, of course. Okay, here's the best part of all. You know, there's a reason we all go to these incredible rotisserie chicken places.
They're so good.
Okay, they're so good. The taste is just so delicious.
But a lot of them, you get them home, and that skin is not crispy. It is soggy. It just kind of falls off. It sure doesn't look like that.
It sure doesn't look like this. And you know why? Because it's probably been sitting around for some time before you actually are lucky enough to get your hands on it. So, let me get my carving knife here, and I'm going to go ahead, remove that strip. string that we truss it with, so you just tie it there. And then let's go ahead and remove the legs. You know, I mean, look, does that not explain a lot? It is just so succulent, so perfectly cooked.
Right on out.
The juice is gonna just fill this board in just a second here.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just such a beautiful way. Talk about a roast chicken, a Sunday dinner, right? If you like getting the family around the table, there's not much more, you know, amazing thing to do it with than a roast dinner or a roast chicken. And have a look at this. I'm going to cut right on down, all the way into that bone, and then I'm going to remove it from there. Okay. Have a look at how this chicken is just falling apart. All right. And then let me pick this up and show this to you, because I know we all love the skin. Alice, first of all, I'm going to treat you. I know I'm feeding you a lot today. Have a little taste of that.
And I am so good with that.
How good does that crispy chicken skin taste?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on. The camera worked today. Oh, wow.
Oh gosh, that's good.
Oh, yeah. How good does that taste?
But it's the caramelization that you get with the rotisserie that you really can't get any other way.
It's so juicy. I mean, look at the chicken breast. Talk about sous vide before.
Right.
This is another one of those incredible ways to cook. Where you got so much succulence.
Look at that. Look how tender.
Is that not the most delicious chicken you've ever tasted? So, there comes with the rotisserie is what I'm trying to tell you. You can do beef, short rib. You know, it is amazing for this time of year. Of course, it's amazing later in the year for the holidays as well. Our pizza is now ready. We gave it that extra minute, and you're going to be grateful, Alice, because pizza, when it's right, it is oh so right. Here we go. Let me get a grip. Okay, I'm coming over here, and have a look at this.
That is hot, bubbling, crispy, beautiful, brown. Wow.
Isn't that amazing? So I'm just going to remove it off there. And what we've basically done here, let me lift this up. Now, don't forget, I'm working with something really hot. Normally, I'd give this a minute, but hear that crispy, hear that? Beautiful crispy base, okay? So let's go ahead and cut through that pizza and have a look when I do that. Listen to it.
Okay, how much does a wood-fired pizza oven cost?
Isn't that incredible? Right, thousands, like tens of thousands in some cases. And you know what? People pay
thousands of them, they pay thousands for them to get exactly that crust.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And today, you're taking it home for you know what? I nearly went to say $169 because I think that's what we've sold it for in the past. $129 for real?
$129.95 for real. And let me tell you guys, 5 flex payments of $25.99. I'm not sure if this is the lowest price we've ever done, but it sure does feel like it.
I think it is.
Wow.
I've never seen it cheaper, that's for sure.
That's amazing.
Isn't that so good?
Yes, it is. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yes, 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 yes,
okay.
yes.
You've just got to try it. If you just used it for pizza, if you just used it for your rotisserie chicken and your pizza.
Right.
For $129.95 on your credit card today, to get this home and have a convection oven. I mean, convection ovens that you get that work with your traditional stove, how much does that add to your to your cost? It's crazy, right? But then you have this great, big, huge thing that you're gonna have to heat up the whole thing if you want to make a pizza.
Right.
Or you can use this. It is countertop size. I'll give you the dimensions in just a minute.
Alice, this has been slow cooked. So this is the, and it has a slow cook function. This is the actual pork. Have a look at the pork butt. Just pull apart. It's so delicate, so decadent. You know, I mean, it's just such a beautiful way to cook. And have a look at how that just, let me turn it over. You know what, let me pull it out.
I know, you probably need a bigger space there.
Okay, so now, let me just pull this apart. It's beautifully cooked. It just falls apart. Look at that.
Yeah.
So you're able to slow cook in this oven, and look at the size of the pan that I just pulled out of there. You know, you can, of course, use smaller, but you can use something as big as that. What is that, Rochelle? Is that the 5.5 quart?
Yes, it is. Okay, 5.5 quart stock pot that we have available for you.
And that fits in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible, right? All right, so that's the pulled pork. Thank you, Kat.
truthfully, I'm not sure I've ever seen an oven that can slow cook. Catherine, my producer, have you ever seen an oven that slow cooks?
Right. Well, we actually have this. No, we actually have the setting.
Slow cook function?
Well, I built that in because you know why? I wanted this to be not only the oven that you melt cheese on, you do pizza on.
Right.
You reheat frozen foods in, you know. I also wanted it to be something that had a real function, right? So a rotisserie, slow cooking, they're the sort of times of years, you know, some times of years, whether it's a birthday or an anniversary or get together of some type, you just need a little bit of extra oven space. Maybe you've got a great oven, maybe you don't. This one heats up like that, so especially in the middle of summer right now, you don't want to be turning on your whole wall oven because it takes a long time to heat up. It heats up the house sometimes because sometimes you're cooking for a long period of time. This little guy lets out about half the heat of a wall oven. It takes about half the time to heat up. So, you know, if you're cooking for 1 or 2, this is a real dream. It really just changes everything.
That's incredible. I've never seen one that does that. I know you're going to pull something out, but then I'd love for you to give us a little tour of it, just because, truthfully, I didn't know you had a slow cook function.
Oh, well, let's do it right now.
Plus convection, plus your infrared, plus your rotisserie.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it off. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. You turn it on, and then all you've got here is a little dial and another button right there, right? So you're going to choose mode. It starts to flash. You can leave it on convection. You can move to slow cook, rotisserie. Keep warm is another great function. Bake, toast, roast, broil, and defrost. So you've got all of these that you just scroll on through.
What are you talking about?
Right now, set the temperature. You press the button. Obviously, I'm on broil, so that's going to default straight to 450 because that's what it needs to be at. So let's go back to mode. Let's say roast. We set the temperature. You then scroll through again. Do you want it up? Do you want it down low, like 310? Do you want to roast it right up high at 360? Do you want to set a timer? You press time. Then you scroll through. It's set at 1 hour and 4. You know, so you just, it is such a brilliant piece. Then you press start and away you go. It preheats and then it just gets going. You know, it's such a, and think about it. This little cavity, when I say little, it's not tiny. It's big enough, but it heats up really, really fast, which is what's so great.
From defrost to convection to rotisserie to slow cook. Have you ever seen an oven do that? Because I've never seen an oven. I've never seen an oven that is like almost like a portable countertop style. I've never seen it with that many functions, and never at $129.95. Just you get little toaster ovens and stuff like that.
Right.
This does everything from broiling to baking to roasting to rotisserie to defrosting. I mean, seriously.
By the way, if one of you picked up on our 2-piece, we have the 8x8 or the 9x9 Durabake. That fits in. We also have that 3-piece
bakeware.
We have
available
all
coming
of those pieces fit in. So it's the perfect companion. Here's the lasagna. And again, I'm sliding that out for 2 reasons. To show off my Durabake pan, of course. Now, that's the 8x8, I believe.
Look at the lasagna pan.
Right, it's already clean. But also, just so you understand, have a look at this lasagna. I mean, so fantastic. So, you know, you're able to do things like that in the oven super easily. Now, if you want to load up a tray, we talk about sheet pan dinners. Dinner for 4 on one of my little pans here. I've got a little marinade made from soy, some ginger. You go ahead.
And what kind of pans? Can I use a glass pan in there? Can I use a metal pan?
You can.
Okay, and then of course we have the bakeware coming up.
And then of course my Durabake, that goes in beautifully. A few sesame seeds over the top of that beautiful salmon. And then that whole thing goes straight on into the oven. Gorgeous, 350 degrees on bake, away you go. So there's nothing more to do. You know, you preset it and then you don't have to think again. If you want to set a timer, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Back to the rotisserie, Alice. This by far is my favorite part of the entire oven. So you see this beautiful prime rib here. Let me go ahead and get him out of there. Look at this gorgeous piece of beef.
Look at the crust on that. Look at the caramelization. What do they call that bark on there? I mean, I'm telling you, you've got to try this oven to see how this cooks. It's not just convection. It's not just rotisserie. This thing defrosts. This thing does everything right down to slow cook, a slow cook function in an oven that is that perfect size. When I say, you know, 2.6 liters, I want to give you dimensions while you're carving that up. It is incredible, the dimensions.
Have a look at that. So we've got this beautiful roast beef.
Yes.
I mean,
God.
How good does that look?
God.
So it probably could have used a little bit longer in the oven,
Not
but
for me.
that's okay. Let me show you this, Alice. Just have a taste of the outside, because that is why you're eating. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
That's why you're cooking on the rotisserie, because you want that beef, that beautiful outside.
How good is that?
Come on. Come on. It is so good.
It's just crazy. You will never get that in a traditional oven. Never will you get that bark. Never will you get that caramelization, that crispiness. You won't get it. That's why we love rotisserie so much. But most of us, we're not going to pay a lot of money for a rotisserie, and we're not going to pay a lot of money for something that does one thing. It does everything. It does everything that I can't afford in my regular
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
look at the baking. Now, I'm pulling these out to show you the size of the pan. I mean, that's I've got a big hand, and that's a big pan. That's a big, nice, deep pan. Also, the mac and cheese works beautifully in there. If you want to do something super simple, like make a grilled cheese sandwich, well, you can do that too. This is some of that turkey breast that we sous vide earlier. So thank you very much. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on, right? So then I like lots of Swiss cheese. Now, I would choose the broil function for this. Again, if you wanted to choose the roast and turn it up really high, you could. You know, there's lots of ways to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and stick this on broil.
Now, you get the oven rack. Do you get this rack as well, which is your multi-purpose rack?
Correct.
Is going to come with it as well. So you get, again, the oven rack, which is traditional, and then you get that multi-purpose rack. So you're going to be able to do everything from your pizzas to your lasagnas in there. Look at everything we've done so far. Pulled pork, mac and cheese, we baked in here. We've rotisseried in there. We've made lasagna. We have made the most amazing pizza with the most perfect crust. So there you can see where we started the rotisserie. Look at the pizza crust on this. I'm just gonna pull that up. That is why you buy wood-fired pizza ovens, because it puts that kind of crust on it. We've done lasagnas that are just creamy and rich and beautiful. Pull that out. We baked it. Oh, I shouldn't have touched that. We baked it. Mac and cheese, pulled pork. We slow cooked in that oven. I've never ever seen anything.
Well, this is the pizza that I made right at the top of the show, which was what, all of 12 minutes ago, I think.
Right.
And have a listen to this.
Yeah.
Beautiful crust. You can be cooking homemade pizzas in a minute. It does a fantastic job of frozen pizzas, of course. But if you want to make your own, then I encourage you to, because I tell you what, your family will thank you for it. I will thank you for it, because, you know, I love it when people get adventurous in the kitchen. And sometimes it's nice. See how I'm cutting this a little differently? Yeah. And obviously this is with our pizza cutter. And even this thick, thick crust that we've gone ahead and made here is no match for it. So there you go. You've got this beautiful pizza in just seconds. What do you think, Alice? Can I do it? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
There it is.
There it is. Gorgeous.
I wasn't sure that was going to work, but boy,
Neither
good
was
job.
Kat. She came running. Thanks, Kat, for being there for me.
But again, look at the bottom of that. Look at that pizza crust. Okay, that's what it's all about when it comes to pizza. It's about the crust. Okay, I'm just gonna. And then there's the nachos. And you know what? In a minute, well, actually, in probably less than a minute, football season starting.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
sure is.
The fall sports are going to be here, and you're going to be able to.
Let's go Raiders.
Oh, okay. Cowboys. Anybody else want to call something out? Okay. Dodgers, okay. Oh, did you hear that crunch?
Isn't that so fabulous? You really can. You can hear your food, which is a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to throw these nachos in. Now, nachos actually, you don't want to put on too high a temperature because you want that cheese to melt kind of slow. So let me start by choosing bake, and then I'm going to go ahead and choose my temperature. I'm going to turn it down to maybe 250. So I'm going to start really quite low. Okay. Now, before I popped this on broil, and I said that would happen quite quickly. Look, that infrared light all that's not, you can feel that heat. So you can see that cheese already starting to melt, and that was starting from an off position. So, but you see that infrared light?
Yeah.
That also comes on when you're baking.
Why do I care about infrared heating?
Because it gives you extra crispiness.
Okay.
So especially, that's why we put it in here, because
So
we
that's
wanted
why
to
this
get that crisp skin on chicken, anything that we're going to rotisserie, and it also gives you beautiful crispy pieces on the cheese as well when you're using
amazing.
that. Isn't that so good? So again, you know, I mentioned before, even if you're just reheating frozen foods like this, guess what? It works really beautifully well. You know, you're able to keep things very crisp. Hear that?
Yes.
You know, deep fried mozzarella. It keeps it all just perfect for you. Doing bacon, another one that's great. You know, so you can just lay some bacon over the pan and bake that in, and talk about crispy.
Right.
You can literally hear it. Excuse me. My mum
It's
was
okay,
watching.
I'm crunching pizza over here. It's so beautiful. Listen, this is your time to get something home that's going to work for you in so many different ways, because you're going to get up in the morning, you're going to make your toast in here, you're going to make your salmon in here, you're going to make your grilled cheese in here, your lasagnas, your pizzas, you're going to do rotisserie. You're going to defrost your roast in here. You're going to slow cook your pulled pork in here.
Right.
All of it.
The salmon and broccolini, you know, you can see it. And don't forget, you guys, these little pans, three-piece bakeware coming right up. We've got that coming your way in just a few minutes. But you might want to get it now because it's getting really, really limited.
So let me give you a quick update, okay, which is 14 3/4 of an inch in terms of your length, 19 1/4 of an inch in terms of your width, and 11 inches in terms of your height. It takes up a small space, but the capacity of this is fabulous. You're looking at, what is this, it's 26 liter? 26 liters of space in there. So you saw that huge lasagna come out. It fits a whole pizza, and I think that's a 14-inch pizza you're looking at. Do you know how big the chicken was? How many pounds?
It was 4.5 pounds.
Okay, nearly 4.5 pounds of chicken rotisseried in there. You could put a duck in there. Oh God, a crispy duck would be fabulous in there. And then, because it's convection, you're cooking your desserts better, you're baking better than ever.
These little freeform pies, and again, of course, with the DuraBake, it's really the perfect companion to this oven. This little three-piece, all three pieces fit inside the oven, and it just makes such a difference. Freeform pies, so we just roll out the dough, throw in the fruit, wrap up the edges, and you get, I mean, let me just show it to you.
Yeah.
Let me just show it to you. You know, I mean, have a look at that. That's nectarines and raspberries, and it doesn't get much better than that with a dollop of cream or creme fraiche. So delicious.
Absolutely beautiful. We have a limited quantity on these. If you're interested in it, it's a great time for you to really think about getting something home that's going to work for you. Right now, when you don't want to use your big oven and do all that, it gives you more functions than a traditional oven because it has the convection, it has the rotisserie, and it has the ability to defrost. It has the ability to slow cook. Does your oven slow cook? I mean, just as a function, that's insane. And it's $129.95. 5 flex payments on it of $25.99 as well. And something that's going to work back beautifully with that is the DuraBake. In the entire Curtis Stone line of products, there are the DuraPans, #1 bestseller, DuraBake, #2. You guys love the bakeware since you've come out with it. And we're going to give you a set of 3 pieces. Are we doing the bakeware set right?
We're going to do the bakeware, but first I just wanted you to see this. The trivet. Do we have the 3-piece bakeware, Rochelle? So it's coming at you. Now the DuraBake, let me explain it to you. We're giving you the square, the roast, and the cookie sheet. So you're taking home 3 different shapes for 3 different purposes, but it's all just bacon. You know, you can do different vegetables in each one. You can do a little lasagna in here. You can do brownies in there. So many different purposes.
Oh, wait, there's more, okay? Because you're going to get your roasting pan, too. So you get your rectangular. You also get the roasting pan, and then you're going to get that nice deep square dish as well. All 3, $29.95 and 3 flex payments available on this one. Unbelievable in terms of the popularity of this because it bakes so beautifully.
It is such a beautiful thing to cook in. I'm just giving you fair warning. We've sold 4,000 of these without even airing it today, okay? We only have 4,000 left. it's gonna fly because it's a crazy price and it's a crazy good product. This 4 layers of the DuraBake, and let's go to the animation. I've actually built the animation for a reason, to show you guys exactly how it's done. So let's jump to that and I'll show it to you. We build this out of carbon steel, very, very strong steel. We also coat 360 degrees of it with the non-stick. We put 4 layers of that non-stick on here. That means you can use your stainless steel utensils. No worries, you're not going to damage these pans. You won't scratch them, you won't dent them. We've used that carbon steel because of its strength, so it doesn't buckle and it doesn't bend. Let me do a little side-by-side demonstration. What you're looking at right here, ladies and gents, are some cookies, right? Beautiful shapes, and have a look, pretty delicate. I've put those on, no butter or oil, and I've baked them. And look, they all just move around, right? This is what you've probably got right now. It's an aluminum bakeware pan. I shake, nothing happens. So then you have to get this guy out. And you're like, all right, great, I got one. Let's see if I can get the second. No, I broke him. He's moved, that's good. What about this? No. What about this one? No. So here's the deal. You can have this or you can have this. I know which one I would prefer. You know, and this goes for every job in the kitchen, whether it's roasting potatoes that are gonna stick. Every single thing will just fall off the DuraPan. So instead of talking about it, let me show it to you, because it really is just the most beautiful product. We've got Rochelle's book here. This was written to coincide with the bakeware. I know a ton of you are gonna buy this bakeware, so make sure you pick up the book as well. Have a look at how I just shake that frittata and it falls off the pan. That's eggs and vegetables, ladies and gents, right? To clean it, I give it a real quick wipe. Yes, it's dishwasher safe, but you're not going to put it in the dishwasher very often because all you're going to be doing is going ahead and cutting it. Our cutters are also available. And you can cut this into so many, talking about back to school, think about this for a treat for the kids' lunchbox. You can use cheese, you can use their favorite vegetables, and they will absolutely love it. Mac and cheese. Rochelle's done this beautiful little mac and cheese. And again, of course you would serve it in the pan. You just stick the trivet on your dining room table, you drop that down and you'd say dinner's ready, right? But just for the purpose of showing you how well this pan works, I'm just gonna lift it up. Watch this. Just let that all fall out. Does that ever happen with mac and cheese?
No, it doesn't.
For real. Normally you have to soak the pan that you make your mac and cheese in. At least I used to until I developed this product. So I think you're going to absolutely love it too.
You're going to love it, and we're going to give you all 3 pieces, okay, which is what's so nice. This is 9.5 inches in terms of your square pan. Look at the depth of that. So that's for your lasagnas, for your brownies, for all anything you might want that's a little bit deeper. This one is going to be your cookie sheet right here. And you saw the cookies on it. The cookie sheet is going to be 12 and 7/8 of an inch by, if I can read it, 9 and 3/8 of an inch in terms of your width on it. And then you're also going to get your roast pan. That's going to be nice and deep as well. 11.5 inches by 7.5 inches and about 1.5 inches in terms of your depth on that. So really you get all 3 pans for every occasion, every food type that you can imagine, and all 3.
Alice, let me just do one thing, because you bring up a really good point. This is a sheet pan. Have a look at the thickness of that. Have a look at the depth of this lasagna pan or the square pan. It's literally double the height, which means there's so much more you can do in this. But this one, of course, you want to be able to get in, you want to be able to do your cookies really simply. So we've thought of the depth of each one very, very independently and carefully for you guys.
And all of these are going to fit in your oven too, right?
Absolutely. So here's a roast chicken. You can see there was so much room. We put plenty of vegetables on there as well. I'm going to lift up that roast chicken. Again, you guys know what a plate looks like or a dish looks like once it's had a chicken and vegetables roasting on it. It's a real mess, right? Very hard to clean. Normally needs a soak. It looks something like this, right? Well, with our pan, watch this. I take a cloth, I wipe it clean, you guys, and there's nothing more to do. If you want to throw it in the dishwasher, please, by all means. But do you have to? Absolutely not. You can just give it a real quick wipe with just a damp cloth and boom. You've got a clean pan that still needs one more. Okay, now I'm happy. Now
you're happy.
Now, before I mentioned we put the non-stick here and also underneath. Sometimes you will find yourself baking on the top of this bakeware. I promise you, you will, because you can. We have the animation ready now, so let me jump to it real quick and I'll talk you through it. I know we're getting real short on time here, but I want you to see it. Carbon steel, it makes it extremely strong, so this isn't going to buckle, it's not going to bend, it's not going to pop and crack when it's in the oven like you've heard your old one do. 4 layers of that non-stick. It's exclusive DuraPan. This is the only place that you can find it. Throw it in the oven up to 450 degrees. Nothing's going to stick. Everything just releases, and that's the important part for me. Of course, the cleanup is super easy. You wipe it clean, you throw it in the dishwasher, and then you're doing this beautiful baking very, very easily.
Very easily, very quick cleanup, very high performance, and very low price. $29.95. Don't forget, all of our birthday pricing is ending in a couple of days, so make sure you don't miss out on that, Chef. What a fun
That was amazing.
Have
Thanks,
a whole
Alice.
fun weekend with you. But you still believe
I'm back one more time for 1 hour.
1 hour, a little bit later, 9 o'clock tonight. Stay tuned, though, because we have Siobhan and Sarah up next with Diane Gilman, so stay tuned for that. Have a great Sunday.
DG2 is comfort, stretch, style. When I design, it's my baby boomer sisters.